You know what? We've been talking about the Berkshire Hathaway AGM. Let's take it across to Vishal Khandelwal from SafalNiveshak. He was actually there. So let's hear it exactly from him as to what he made of the commentary. Vishal, hi, evening. Evening, right? You're in Ohio, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I'm in Omaha. Yeah.
Okay, great. So tell us, how was it? Your first, right? Give us what the experience is all about. They always call it the Woodstock. Did it actually deliver? Is that what you had anticipated, the kind of energy? And unfortunately, this time around, without Charlie Munger.
Yeah, so I have been deferring this, attending this meeting for a few years, thinking that these guys are always going to be there, right? Especially Charlie. So sadly, he passed away last year. So this time it was a visit for me, especially in tribute of Charlie. I've learned so much from him over the last 20 years of my career. And it was my way of paying a tribute to be here, as you said, in the Woodstock of capitalist, to seek wisdom from Buffett. And of course, through Charlie, from Charlie, as there were a lot of stuff that Buffett shared about Charlie, right? In terms of, there was a special screening of a special video in memory of Charlie Munger, and they shared the best wisdom that he's ever shared with shareholders of the past many years. So it has been a special trip for me, made a lot of friends. I think that's the best part about being here, though you can always watch it on Yahoo or CNBC, right? But the best part about being here is that you end up receiving more than you ever expected. Those unknown encounters with strangers who've come here with a common purpose to be listening and learning from Buffett and Charlie's wisdom. Right, so that has been a very special moment for me. It's my first time, and the first time is always special. This has been extra special.
Who all did you meet on the sidelines? Anyone, any wisdom, any narrative, anything which you've learned in person when you spoke to other investors at the sideline of Berkshire Hathaway AGM?
No, I think, as I mentioned, this time it has been mostly about Charlie, remembering him, right? So got to meet Tom Russo, got to meet Tom Gaynor as well, right? Encountered Lilu, said hi to Monish Pabrai, Guy Spear, William Green. They're all there, all the legends in the investing space, and everyone had something special to share about Charlie. I was talking to Hemant Amin, who's one of the well-known investors, a good investor friend as well from Singapore. This was his, I think, 25th trip to Omaha, and he was sharing about how when it started, almost like when he started coming to Omaha almost 20 years back, it was as simple as like 200, 400 people in the room. Buffett used to come driving his own car, lock his own car, walked up the stairs and just went to the AGM, right? So it was as simple as that. This year, there were, I think, 20, 25,000 people from across the world. We queued up around 5 a.m. in the morning. There was a slight drizzle. The wind was chilly. But no one was bothered because we were waiting to listen to Buffett, especially talking about Charlie, right? And of course, his usual wisdom, his usual wit that he talked about in terms of investing for Berkshire, in terms of his capital allocation decisions, in terms of the questions that people asked about living a good life, kindness, right? So all those kind of things, right? And of course, as I mentioned, you also get to hear a lot on the sidelines. So made a lot of good friends. And that's probably one of the best parts of being here for the first time.
Sideline conversations on India.
Yeah.
What were the sideline conversations on India? You know, that typical line which we ask, market kya lag raha hai? Did you use that line there, kya lag raha hai?
No, yeah, there were conversations, good conversations. Yeah, there were some conversations around market kya lag raha hai, right? Which I unfortunately be a part of, right? But I think more than that, people, and not just Indians, I think there were, of course, met Ramdev Agarwal as well here. So yeah, talked a lot about India, the optimism that we have with respect to the Indian economy, Indian market overall, right? Long-term stuff, right? Nobody talked about valuations. Nobody talked about what to buy, what not to buy. So this meeting or this trip was not about that, fortunately, right? It was more about the bigger macro, bigger picture on India, on value investing. Right. So, yeah.
Okay. Vishal, I was just scanning through your Twitter and I can see you put in a marathon post. वो टाटा मैराथन का भी डालो ना.
टाटा मैराथन में भागा नहीं.
इंडिया वाला भी डालना चाहिए.
This was my first run ever. I got my first medal ever, and thankfully it came in Omaha. So again, it was just in memory of Munger. So on the way, I've not put those pictures, but on the way We saw a lot of posters of Mungerisms where they put quotes of Munger, right? And people were just running through that, right? So they were like 3,500 people who were running in memory of Charlie this time. So this was just a 5-kilometer run, and it was a good running. Yeah.
Right. Vishal, I mean, Buffett was very categorical, saying that, there are opportunities to make investments in India, but I'm not the one to do it. And he said, you need someone there to actually dig out that idea and stay put through it. But in your conversations with everyone that you met, and that was a long list that you just highlighted, where are these scouting opportunities in India?
I think if I were to talk about investors from the Western world, not people are optimistic on India, but I think it's a different market altogether, given the liquidity constraints that these guys have for the capital that they can invest, right? So it's very difficult for even someone like Buffett or someone who's a big investor in the Western market to go and directly pick up stocks in India. One thing is valuations. The second thing is the depth of market, right? So we know the reasons why Buffett or Berkshire has never invested in a big time in India because of liquidity constraints and the kind of capital that they can bring, right? So that has been a constraint, but this is also there's also a sense of optimism that as the markets evolve in India, I think I'm sure more and more people would, more and more companies or bigger investment managers would come looking for India. They're already looking for India. They're always in search of opportunities, right? But I think the markets still need to evolve a lot, and I'm sure it's going to happen over a period of time.
All right, always interesting to get those insights as to what the meet was actually like in person, and of course all of the chatter and conversation that you had. So thanks so much for taking time out and joining us today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.